Deal TV, learn and earn.
Brace up, my people. How are you doing? It's been a while, but then I'm back. My name is Maya75 on the Deal with Maya75 here on Deal TV Learn and Earn, Deal TV Africa on all social media platforms. You can like, comment, subscribe. We are doing great at the Deal TV team. I want to send my shout outs to Man, Will Jean in Turkey. There is Nyanza Hassan Abdabi, how are you? Kanakulia, George William, all my people out there, I can't mention you all. We are grateful for the support and the love that you've shown this show. Still on the Deal with Maya75, we talk about entertainment. We are doing issues with entertainment majorly. We do more of music, but then we tackle other areas because entertainment art as an industry is quite huge, and then there is a lot of things that we have to learn, that we have to do in the music industry, especially in Uganda in particular, but then Africa as a whole. We need to make it known to the world that the industry has a huge growth potential that can benefit the individual artist performers, benefit the society, and then benefit the countries as a whole. So there is a great input that is needed from all the stakeholders, from the government, from the art practitioners, from the administration, and then the law, and then the fans. Because if the fans don't know, then they won't be able to consume the right product. They won't be able to put the artist on pressure to deliver what they need. We are still stuck with COVID, and COVID is here to stay. But then what do we pick up from the environment? What do we learn from the environment, or from the after effects of COVID-19 that has been here? And hopefully the vaccination has started, but then it's not all going well. And then specifically in Uganda, we are still under complete lockdown as far as performances are concerned. And then being that we are, as artists, we are earning from performances, which is the greatest percentage of the pie that we consume is from performances. And then now the concerts are closed, the bars are closed, there's no performances. So we are having issues. But then we need to know, how do we, because having a problem is not a problem, but how do you solve it? And what do you learn from the problem? So if we've been having the challenges of COVID-19, it has been able to show us the other elements that we have been neglecting or not doing well, so that we can know. So still, I want to make it a public outcry that the artists in Uganda are still financially down. And then they've been financially down during the COVID-19 era. So we are going to look at a few factors, like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, that makes us angry during the COVID-19, or why we are doing financially bad off during this COVID-19 era. Number one on my list is the hand-to-mouth issue. What do I mean by hand-to-mouth? Most of the people in Uganda are having hand-to-mouth. Hand-to-mouth because we are using our hands to work, but then that comes is what we consume. So we are left with nothing to save for the next day. So if you're doing shows, when you go for performance, you earn a few millions, then you use all that money is consumed. It could be, remember the maintenance budget is high, the cost of living is high, we have support staff that help us push our brands, and then as artists, because maintaining an artistic brand is something that is quite costly. So everything that we earn end up being consumed. That's why most, if not many, of the artists have been tagged as beggars, just because a few artists have been able to go to the head of state to ask for bailouts. Some of us, other artists, are going to the rich guys out there. They are struggling for bailouts, and then some of the artists now are depending on relatives and friends to survive just because we have no saving. So what do we pick from here? It's like, as artists, if you are a financial manager for an artist, make sure that there is a certain percentage that is saved for the next day, for the next COVID-19 or COVID or other pandemic that might be facing us in the future. So if we don't learn to save for the other day, then we'll be struggling financially as it is right now. We are doing financially off. Then the other element that we need to factor that is making us financially doing bad is the fact that we have, most of the artists or performers have put their eggs in one basket. We as artists or as performers have failed to talk on other things that can make us earn. Yes, you could be in the artist industry, which is the best, but then be able to invest in an auditorium or a theater or a beach. So like when you are not performing, you are off stage, other people will be able to rent out that place and then perform from there. But then most of the artists depend on recordings and performances, and then we are earning less in recordings. But then how about if you take on other elements? For example, most of the artists are able to travel. So you have been given an air ticket to go and perform in Turkey, in Dubai, in USA, in UK. How about you use this same chance to buy out stuff that you can be able to sell out here, be able to operate a boutique? I know it's quite difficult, but if you are you are able to plan it out, you can employ others, people who can do who you'll be having an attendant in your boutique, in your shop, and then you'll be able to earn. But then we have just all the eggs in one basket, which is performing arts, and when it's hit like it was hit by the COVID-19, then we end up being financially bad off. So try to do different stuff. We can take on agriculture because it doesn't need, sometimes it doesn't require too much hands-on work. You can be able to supervise your stuff, and then you go to the farm over after the weekend, because normally we do the performances over the weekend, but then on a Monday and Tuesday you can go to the farm and see you'll be able to earning you a lot of stuff you can do. Because most of us artists have been able to be trained in different specifications. So if you are able to be a doctor, like for example, if you take someone who is mostly despised, but then she has been able to be smart, Stabua Toro. Stabua Toro had these Stana fashions, then she has a hospital, I think is Stana kind of. So the fact that you are off stage, then you'll be able to earn from the hospital. It doesn't mean that you have to be a doctor or a nurse or something in the health industry to be able to open up a hospital. So for example, Stabu Anato opened up a hospital and it's being operated by her daughter. So you'll be able to be earning. So let's try to think beyond, expand our thinking, and so that we can do more investments in a variety form. Then the other element is we live beyond our means. Yes, you are having gigs of 700,000, but then you're putting on a show of 200,000 per show. How does it add up? You have a makeup artist on the team, you have a journalist, a photographer on the team. You spend too much. We are living, most of the artists are renting, but then you're renting in upscale areas that you can't afford. That's why we've seen cases where some artists have been thrown out of the houses they have been renting just because we are living, we can't live within our means. Yes, it's showbiz, but then do showbiz within your means. There's no need to show off when you're not earning. And those people take you to be earning, but then you found in the next, and that's why we've been having issues of drug abuse, because when you are fixed in a corner, you are not earning, you like you've lost it, you not, the shows are not coming out, so you fear to go out in the people, and like, because they knew you had a car, but you've been moving in a convoy of 4 rented cars. My friend, is it worth it? So let's live within our means. We are doing financially poor just because we are not living within our means. Then the other issue that is keeping us poor, basically in this COVID era, and then most of the artists chose to be politically inclined. This will be an issue for another day where I'll be talking, because in the future I need to address the UMA issues, the leadership of UMA, and then the political inclination that has been affecting us. I want to set it clearly. We don't need any financial assistance from the government. The government is our competitors. But then, being that they have the power, the leadership, we need the legislation so that we can do. But then, when we chose to be politically inclined, how does it make us as poor? Because most of the artists are targeted that within this election period that we've been through, they are going to perform for either the opposition or the government. But then with the COVID-19 regulations, there were no performances. So the political allies or the political parties that we belong to were not able to employ us to do the shows, the political shows, and perform on the political rallies. So it means if you were supposed to get maybe 2 or 3 billions from the total rally period, election period, you didn't earn, or you earn merely less than that. So that was also an issue that kept us poor. So, but then there is a thin line between activism and the politicking and then the art, because the mere fact that we are dealing with the audience, which are masses, who are also divided in the way they reason, because they incline to different political organizations. So you as an artist, if you take a political side, then it swings away some of your supporters, but then it tends up to affect your earnings, just because those who are feeling that they are marginalized, if you support the ruling party that seems to be and then the other party will see you as not caring. So they're like, we've supported you, but then you haven't been showing care to the to our cause, because politics is just something that is messy, and but then we'll be tackling that later. But then this having political rallies during the COVID-19 era is one thing that affected the earnings of the artist greatly. Then the final element that you should look at is self-isolation and poor networking. Remember, your network is your net worth. We've been talking about this for ages. But then, the power of numbers never lie. So if you are isolated, because most of the artists are working independently, you don't associate with your fellow artists, you don't associate with the corporate world, so if your circle is limited, then your earnings will be limited. So let's open up, let's network, increase our networking, so that we can, you never know what comes from who. But then when you are isolated, for example, most of the producers and artists, they do like they come out lay like bats, and then you have a minor circle, and this circle is also dependent on you. These are people who want to use your star to shine. But then you need people who are above you, who are below you, so that you can know what is on the ground, what is up there. Because you never know, the border guy right there near you could be having a business idea that is worth investing in, and you be having the money. So like you say, every percentage of the performance you get, or the earnings you get, you can invest in this guy, and then you'll be able to earn. It's not like you have to own the business. You might be buying shares from these other guys. So if you know the business world, what is happening there. So if you be able to interact with these other people, you know what land is available for sale. So you can be buying these land plots, and then you'll be able to earn from them. So we've been seeing issues or factors that are keeping us financially bad off in this COVID-19 era. I've been Mars 75 on the deal with Mars 75. This is Deal TV Africa, Deal TV Learn and Earn. Thank you for watching. Consider subscribing, commenting, like, and sharing. Till then, I put my palm on my forehead and say bye-bye.
Deal TV, learn and earn.